Alright, in the previous video I demonstrated how to digitize the fields under center pivots, and I think in class I showed you how also to digitize the fields that are not shaped the way the fields that we've digitized are. How to digitize the fields that are irregularly shaped. You should be able to digitize with easy simply by changing the digitizing format, and that should be easy for you. Okay, so once you've digitized and now you want to produce a map, or you want to keep the background or the base map, so Google Satellite as a base map. Okay, simply there are two ways that you can go about this. You can go to this icon here, or this other one, the print layout. If you click on the first one here, print layout, this is what you get, and you simply type in the title of your map that you want to create, or you can use this other option, the show layout manager. So you can if you already have some layouts that you've done, they will appear here, or you can search in the system. So in this case we want to create a new one, so we say irrigated crop fields. Okay, and this window is going to pop up. You will get the print layout canvas that now you can use to produce a map. I'm going to do this very fast, and it is going to be a quick one, so it's not going to be looking pretty good. So like I explained in class, I think I gave more details in class. So here I'll just show you the basics, then you can watch some more videos and get more details. So you can set the size of your canvas simply by checking around here, okay, changing the values here, and then also you can change the orientation, either landscape or portrait. You can change the size from A4 to different sizes. Okay, then just to show you that on the left side you have a menu with different tools that you can use to create your map, and even on top here you have different tools that you can use to save, also export the map that you would have created. Okay, there are several other functions that you have here. To zoom in, you use this plus this icon, or this tool with the plus sign. To zoom out, you use this one, and then to zoom to one, you use that other one. Then to zoom to layer, you use that one. Okay, you can learn more about this by simply going to the using the QGIS manual. So now we want to bring into the map canvas the fields that we've digitized in the main QGIS window. So to do that, we come here where it reads add map. We left click, then go to the map canvas, left click again and hold, and then drag. Okay, so once you do that, you have your work that was digitized appear here. If like I mentioned in class, if you are going to have some more maps that you want to add on the same canvas, on the same window here, you click on lock layers, lock layers, log styles for layers. Okay, but for now we can work with this. Okay, if you're comfortable with the size and how it's looking, you can proceed to add the north arrow. Now you can change the appearance of the north arrow simply by coming here and changing it, putting your preferred north arrow. Okay. You can also add the scale bar. Just you click on the map here, and then you go to the menu there. It says add scale bar. You click there, left click, click on the canvas and drag, and you have your scale bar. For the scale bar, you can change the background. You can add the frame and change the background simply by coming down here, coming here on the right side, and you click on background. You check the background, so you can change the color of the background. It depends on what you are looking for, what you want. Okay, it's up to you. It's up to the appropriate color that will suit your needs. Okay, you can also change the size of the scale bar. Okay, if you put it at 500, you see that there's a change in the scale bar, and then it's in meters, so you can decide how you label this. You can also change the height. Okay, the size depends on what you want. Okay, so to add the title, you add label, or you can come to the add items and then click on add label. You left click and hold and then drag, and then you can put your title from here. Map of Lunga agricultural camp. No. Map of irrigated cropland in Lunga agricultural camp. This is in Cabo District. Central Province. So you can change the font size. And you can drag this. You can configure or format. You can change the font type. We change the size, and you can also change the color depending on what you want. And now you want to label it. Okay, so this is just a quick one. You can also change the orientation. You can also blend mode. You can change the cursor, the case type, either the lower or uppercase. It's up to you. Okay, the title case is here. You can change how it's aligned in terms of the horizontal alignment or the vertical alignment. You can center it like that. It's up to you, depending on what you want, your needs. Okay, remember to save. I can say maps. Save. Go to the map canvas. Okay. What else do we need to add on the map? You mentioned in class the attributes of a good map. You talked about the compass or the north arrow. You talked about the scale bar. You talked about the title. You talked about the legend. So for the legend, you come here where it says add legend, or you go to the add items. Then you click on add legend. You left click and drag. To edit the legend, you have to uncheck the auto update. Uncheck, then here you double click and you can edit your legend. So here it can be crop type. Okay, then here we don't need this. I mentioned in class that you have to indicate the base map that you are using, that it's the source is Google Satellite, so you don't have to indicate it there. Here in the legend we can remove it, and we are going to write on the map either below there or inside where the map is. Okay, so this is done. Now you can also edit the legend. You can put the title here. It's a legend. Okay. There's so many other things that you can do. You can change the color. You can change the size. Yeah. You can decide how many columns you want. If you want to have 2, but depending on the number of items you have. On the symbol, you can change the height of the symbol, the width. Okay, it's up to you. Then here on the draw strokes, you can change the thickness of the stroke lines. Okay, do it like that. Done with the legend. What else do we need to add? We have the scale bar. We have the compass or the north arrow. We have the legend. We can also check other things that we might have forgotten. If we have information, for instance, about the total sizes for each crop, we can insert the graph here, anywhere here. Okay. but I won't do that now. You can do that in your own time. If we want to add metadata or information about the map, then we can go to add label. You can also add so many other things, attribute tables, so many things that you can add. As you improve, as you get used to the system, you will be able to do a number of things. So here we can go to add label and left click, hold and drag, and then we can include the information about the map, who produced it, produced by NR321, institution, University 2025 intake. Okay. The date produced, (19/08/2025). You can add the department and any other relevant information you need. You can also add the coordinate reference system. It's EPSG. QGIS 84. Okay, so that's just some the type of information that you can add as metadata. You can add a frame if you want, and also the background depending on what you want. You can change the font size. The issue is this information is not supposed to obscure important information on the map. Okay, so the font shouldn't be too big to obscure the actual information on the map. You may not want to have a frame. Okay, or if you want to have the frame, it's fine. You can change the orientation, horizontal orientation. If we say center, that's how it comes out. We can select vertical orientation. Okay, position. This may not be necessary for now. Okay. Can also change in case it's very close to the frame here. You can change by simply going to the horizontal margin and increase on the margin. Okay, the same with the vertical margin. In this case, this is okay. All right. So for the main map, you can add the frame and increase on the thickness here, 0.5, and you can add the grids. I spoke about this at length in class, so just click on the green plus sign there and click on modify, highlight and click on modify. Then here I mentioned what these intervals are, and we talked about the fact that we are dealing with decimal degrees. I mean, we're dealing with degrees here, and 1 degree is equivalent to 110, about 110 kilometers. So for us at this scale, probably we might need about 0.005 degrees for our grids. Okay, then what is important is you have to ensure that your coordinate reference system is set to EPSG WGS 84. That is 4320 EPSG 4326 WGS 84. So maybe we click there and we should be able to see our grids on the map. Mind you, I was talking about here, just a moment. So it's supposed to be 4326 as well. EPSG 4326 WGS 84. Okay, then we can go back to the grids. It's 326. It's here. Okay, that should be the same coordinate reference system that we used when we were setting up the properties for the project. Okay, so once we do that, then we come to the grids again, modify, then do we need a frame? Yes, we want exterior ticks. You can choose whatever you want, but in this case we want exterior ticks. We click there, you see that these ticks are included. Okay, then a number of things can be done, but in this case we want to draw coordinates. We want to show the coordinates around our map. So you click on draw coordinates, you check the draw coordinates box, and then here we want to show that this is in the southern hemisphere, so we can put a suffix. We can put suffix, so it will show us this is in the southern hemisphere, and then on the eastern part. Okay, and like if it was just giving negative and then negative degrees, and then on top there it was simply giving the value without any indication of the direction or the location in this case. Okay, we can also change here on the left side. How do we want our numbers to be displayed? Vertical ascending. You see there's a change here in how the numbers are displayed. We come to the right side. How do we want them displayed? Vertical ascending again. You see how they're displayed. We can change on the font and reduce it to say 7. Okay, see it has been reduced, and we can change on the decimal degrees, the numbers, not decimal degrees, the decimals. We can change on the precision here to reduce it to 2. So you see the change here. You have 2 decimals. Okay. Already decimals. All right. Okay, after that, you can drag this a little bit down. By the way, you can change the size of the canvas. We are interested in the height. Maybe let's put it at 20. and you see that you have a bit of room down there. You can move your map down. Okay. Now we can align this in a very good way. So click there and just click on the shift button on your keyboard. Okay, so click that box there, and then click on the shift button, then click on the legend and the north arrow or the compass. So you have selected all the three, and then you come here to align center. So they are now aligned centrally. We can add here on the map, we can add a rectangle or a frame. If you see something like this, simply come here on the star and configure symbol. Click on configure symbol, and then on the color here, click there, or click on the simple fill, and on the color, come on top here where it says transparent fill, and you have a transparent fill, and you can change also the thickness of the boundary to 5 or 7 depending on what you want. Okay, in this case we've put it at 7. For you to have access to the map inside here, you have to send this frame to the back, send to back, so then you can have access to the map inside. We can change the size of the grids, the grid lines, and the color simply by clicking on the map, then going back to the grids and clicking on grids, modify, and come to the line style. You can click there and we can either choose white. We see that we have white grid lines, and you can go to black again, and then just change the opacity and bring it low. Okay, maybe to that extent. Okay, that's it. We can increase the size in terms of the width by making it 310. Let's say 310 here. Okay, so we have more room. You can also simply do this by changing the type of the canvas. Remember when we were opening this, we chose the F4, but you can choose another type and the size, and you should be fine. I need to move these things again. I want to add okay. Do the same thing. Simple fill, transparent fill, and 7. Okay, then again, if I want to have access to what is inside there, send to back, and I can have access to those items and center them. Okay, so we have a basic map. This is a basic map. You will improve on your maps as you go, but this is basically how you create a map in QGIS. So to align these, you can highlight them like that, or rather like this. Click there and button, and then you align top. Okay. So you save again. So once you have finished with your map, you can actually have this all the way to the end here. You can center it centrally, center it in the middle rather. Like the font. Okay, save again. Now to print this or to save an image that you can use in your reports, in your articles, journal articles, or in your conference presentations, you come here on top on this menu bar here on top here. If you click, if you just hover the mouse there, you see that export as image will come, and here it says export as CSVG rather. Then here export as PDF, and here it's print layout. So we want to save as image, so we click there. Here we just close, don't show this again. Okay, we go to maps, and remember I mentioned about the formats that are available when it comes to raster data. And by the way, what we are saving now is a raster data. Okay, so you have a number of formats that you can save this in. TIFF, you have PNG, you have JPG, you have JPEG, a lot of them. Okay, but we save as PNG, and I requested that you find out what PNG stands for. Okay, so it's a save. Then here you indicate the desired resolution that you want. Normally for journal articles or conference presentations, 300 dpi is acceptable. So you can see if we can save it 300 dpi, or maybe let's say 400 dpi, and click on save. Okay, so then you can check the map if they are saved properly by simply clicking there and opening the image that you've saved. So we have saved the map, and you can share the map with your supervisors, or your colleagues at work, or anyone who is interested in this information. Okay. All right, so that's how, in short, that's how you create a map. So you can put so many other things to make your map look better. You can change the colors, you can change so many things, add some more information in terms of graphs and tables and other images of interest. So it's all up to you to beautify your map or to provide the necessary information for a given audience. If it's for a journal article, if it's for a conference presentation, you would do your maps according to the need. Okay. All right. In the next lecture, we are rather in the next exercise, we are going to digitize the hydrogeological map of Zambia, and then you will digitize the different areas with different potential for groundwater. Okay, for the entire country, for the entire Zambia. I'll share them up with you, and then you should be able to perform georeferencing and also digitize the various groundwater potential that is available across the country. All right, that's it for now. Bye.